Good morning. Today we are going to discuss the construction management and entrepreneurship. Construction management and entrepreneurship CME. This is the 23rd lecture. The subject is CME, construction management and entrepreneurship. Under the subject, chapter contracts and tenders. From contract and tender chapter, we are going to discuss the subject today. Explain the methods of payments to contractor. What are the different methods for payment to contractor? In this 23rd lecture class, the objectives of this class is: on completion of this period, you would be able to explain the methods of payments to contractor. There are different methods of payments. To contractors. So, the methods we are going to discuss in this 23rd class. That is today objective of this class. In the previous class, we have studied about need of pre-measurement, cases where pre-measurements are done, items of check measurement, officers to do check measurements. In the previous class, we have studied all these things elaborately. So, we have studied about in the previous class need of pre-measurement, cases where pre-measurements are done, items of check measurements, officers who do check measurements. At a glance, we have discussed about need of pre-measurements. Already we have discussed pre-measurements are when measurements should be recorded after completion of that project is not possible. Such cases you have to go for the pre-measurements. In the case of RCC, reinforcement of RCC, jungle clearance or silt clearance, removal of jungle clearance, removal of silt, as well as the road works. Such cases you have to go for the pre-measurements. Already we have discussed there are two types of measurements: pre-measurement and post-measurement. Pre-measurement is cases when there is no possibility to measure or to record measurements after completion of the work. So, before commencement of the work, we have to take the measurements. That is the pre-measurements. So, when it is not possible to take the measurements, record the measurements after completion of the work, such cases you have to go for the pre-measurements. Some examples of pre-measurements are reinforcement of RCC, jungle clearance and removal of silt and road works. These are the examples of pre-measurement. Then second one, cases where pre-measurements are done. Already we are discussing such cases. You have to go for the pre-measurements are done. In the case of reinforcement of RCC, jungle clearance, silt removal, road works. Those are the cases you have to go for the pre-measurements. And items of check measurement. Check measurements are done by the deputy executive engineer or executive engineer or superintendent engineer. they have to go for the check measurements. After entry in the M book, measurement book, the concerned work in charge entered in the M book. That should be check measurement is done by either deputy EE, DEE, or executive engineer EE, or superintendent engineer SE. Officers who do check measurements already, these are the DEE, EE, and SE. Hostel payments. Yes. Hostel payments. Provision supplier, milk vendor, vegetable vendor, fruit vendor, mutton and chicken shop. Before discussing the type of payments, you have to go through all these things. Hostel payments, provision supplier, milk vendor who supply the provisionals, and milk vendor who supply the milk, vegetable vendor who supplies the vegetables, and fruit vendor who supplies the fruits, and mutton or chicken shop he supplies the to the hostel. These are the payments from the hostels. These are the hostel payments. Wages, hostel payments, under comes the wages also, under comes the hostel payments. Those are cooks, assistant cooks, suppliers, helpers, scavengers, and sweeper. These are the workers who are working in a hostel. So you have to pay wages for them. So the wages of hostel payments of wages for cooks or assistant cooks, suppliers or helpers, scavengers or sweeper, all these things you have to pay the payments, wages for them. These are all also under comes the hostel payments. And payment to contractor, you have to pay to the contractor. So on the completion of the work completion, suppliers, on the supplier made terms and conditions, to follow the terms and conditions as per the contract agreement. So payment to contractor on work completion, supplies made, suppliers who supplies all the materials to the hostel, food related materials. Terms and conditions already have written in the agreement, that is contract agreement, as per contract agreement, that is payment to contract. Payment to hostel payment for provision supplier, milk vendor, vegetable vendor, fruit vendor, mutton and chicken shops, as well as the hostel payments for wages, cooks and assistant cooks, suppliers, helpers, scavengers and sweepers. Then payments to contractor on work completion, suppliers, they made by supply all article materials, food related materials, and terms and conditions, provisions, all provisions supply them, and terms and conditions which are already under a contract agreement. So that is payment to contractor. Payment conditions. How to pay all the payments? What are the conditions for payments? Payment conditions. After measurements are recorded, you have to pay the payments on the basis of the measurements recorded in M book, that is measurement book. The actual measurements are entered, are recorded in measurement book. On the basis of the measurement books, even you have to prepare the NMR, nominal master roll. On basis of the measurement book, either you have to prepare the NMR, you have to pay the daily wages through the NMR, or the payments you have made for the related to the constructions. On that basis, you have to pay the payments to the contractors. So payment conditions are, after measurements are recorded in the M book, that is measurement book, you pay the payments without delay as per the contract agreement, and certification from competent authority. While paying, you have to get the certification from your higher official, your competent authority, your superior. So payment conditions are, after measurements are recorded in the measurement book, that is M book, you have to pay the payments on the basis of measurement book without delay. You have to pay as per the contract agreement, while taking the clarification from competent authority, your officials. If measurements are made in the, entered in the, recorded in the M book, measurement book, measurements are entered by the, in the measurement book by the work in charge, a junior engineer or assistant engineer or assistant executive engineer. But that should be, he has to take the competent authority approval of payments, that is from DEE or EE or SE. You have to take the approval from them. So clarification from competent authority. So that is the payment conditions. Types of payments. First and final payment, these are the types of payments. There are several types of payments are there to pay to the contractor. The types of payments are first and final payment, final payment, intermediate payment, part and final payment, advance payment, secured advance payment. These are the different types of payments made to the contractor. Under this type of payments, first one is the first and final payment. That is the word itself giving meaning of the first and final. That is the only one-time payment. That is first, and that is also the final. So only one-time payment, that is the first, and that is the final payment. No need to pay further. Total payment you have to pay one time. That is the first and final payment. That is generally it is for petty works and split up works in projects. The first and final payment may be done. Generally, petty works. This type of payment is generally adopted for petty works or split up works in project. That is first and final payment. And a single form may be used generally for making first and final payments to several works or suppliers. A single form for the first and final payment, it is this type of payment is generally adopted for petty works or split up works in project. A single form may be used generally for making first and final payments to several works or suppliers. That is the first and final payment. And the first and final payment, then final payment. Final payment is nothing but after several payments, first payment, intermediate payments, then you have to pay the final payment after completion of the work. But in the case of first and final payment also done on the completion of work, whereas final payment also done on the completion of work. There are number of payments they made: first payment, intermediate payments, then final payments. In between number of payments are there. So final payment, after completion of the work you have to pay final payment. First and final payment, that is only one time you have to pay after completion of work. That is first and that is the last. That is the final payment. So final payment is after number of payments you have to made. Then finally you have to pay last payment, final payment. That is the final payment after completion of the work. That is final payment. First and final payment and final payment. Then intermediate payment. In between first payment and final payment, there are number of payments are there. Those are the intermediate payments. In between first and final payments, there are number of payments. Those payments are called as intermediate payments. In between first and final payment. So first and final payment is one-time payment after completion of work. That is the first and final payment. Final payment, after number of payments you have to made, finally you have to pay the last payment, that is final payment after completion of the work. That is final payment. Intermediate payment, in between first payment and final payment you have to pay the intermediate payments while work is going on. That is running payment, running works payment. That is intermediate payment. And part and final payment, that is also like that. You have to pay part and final payment. And advance payment, before starting of the work you have to pay, that is the advance payment. And secured advance payment also, with secured you have to pay the advance payment, secured advance payment. So what are the types of payments? Types of payments are first and final payment, intermediate payment, part and final payment, advance payment, secured advance payment. Secured advance payment. These are the types of payments. First and final payment, already we have discussed. It is a single payment, one time payment. That is first and final, one time after completion of work. That is single payment. On completion of work you have to pay. That is single payment, first and final payment. On completion of supplies you have to pay. That is single payment. That is first and final payment. Form number 24 you used for first and final payment. That is only single form you have to use. That single form you have to use for the first and final payment. That form number is 24 you used for that single form. So first and final payment is a single payment. On completion of work you have to pay first and final payment. On completion of supplies of materials you have to pay first and final payment. You have to use the form number 24 for first and final payment. What is single form you can use for, that is form number 24 you can use the first and final payment. Then final payment. Final payment. Finally you have to pay. In between there is a number of payments they have to make. They can pay final payment, the last payment after completion of work. So that is final payment. Final payment is running account of work, completion of work, termination of contract, full settlement of account, recoveries. That is final payment. Running account of work, in that case you have to pay the final payment. Completion of work, if work is completed, then you have to pay the final payment of work. Termination of contract, you have to terminate by mutual understanding or as per an agreement made between both the parties. In any circumstances, in any situations, unavoidable conditions, the contract may be terminated either from the owner or from the contractor side, either from the department or contractor side. So termination may be happened. Such cases by as per the agreement as well as the mutual consent agreed by both the parties, then final payment done. In the case of termination of contract, then full settlement of account. Full settlement. Such cases also final payment, they can go for the final payment. Then recoveries, such case also you got to go for the final payment. So final payment in case of running account of work, final payment on the completion of work, final payment on termination of contract, final payment and full settlement of account, final payment on recoveries. So these are the number of cases regarding the final payment. These are the case in the case of first and final payment. These are the cases in the final payment. Recovery is made from bills. Recovery is made from bills. Cost of materials, hire charges, security deposit, advance, penalties. Recovery is made from bills. Recovery is made from bills. Cost of materials, hire charges, security deposit, advance and penalties. From all these things they have to make the recoveries. Recoveries made. Anyhow, security deposit is with us. So recovery is made from bills, cost of materials, material cost, higher charges, rental charges of the equipment, security deposit SD at the rate of 10% you have taken, and advance penalties and penalties. So on recovery is made in the form of cost of material, recovery from the bill in the higher charges, security deposits, advance and penalties. These are the recoveries made from bills. Intermediate payment. Intermediate payment based on contract agreement. Already you have to, there is an agreement between both the parties, owner and contractor, or department and a contractor. There is an agreement is there. As per the agreement, they have to go for the intermediate payment. Intermediate payment is nothing but a in between first payment and last payment. In between first payment and final payment. So the payment is nothing but intermediate payment. So intermediate payment is nothing but based on contract agreement. Based on contract agreement, they will go for the intermediate payment. Based on contract conditions. So based on contract agreement, based on contract and conditions, they go for the intermediate payment. Without recording measurement. Without recording measurement. So for the intermediate payment, they can go without recording measurement also, they can go for the intermediate payment as per the agreement, as per the contract conditions, as per the contract agreement and as per the contract conditions. They can go for the intermediate payment without recording measurement also, they can do the intermediate payment. With recording in M book, recording in M book, measurement book, M book and measurement book. With recording with measurements in M book, measurement book, without recording the measurements in measurement book also, they can make the intermediate payment, that is based on the contract conditions, based on the contract agreement. So go with or without measurements made in the measurement book. And proper security in the form of security deposit, in the form of advance, in the form of security deposit mainly they have to go for the, so that is also as per the conditions made on the agreement, contract conditions and agreement, contract agreement, they have to go. So intermediate payments are only based on contract agreement, intermediate payments are based on contract conditions. Even without recording measurements also you can pay the intermediate payments based on contract agreement, based on contract conditions. With regarding measurements in measurement book, M book, that is also based on the contract agreement and contract conditions. And proper security, with the proper security they can make the intermediate payments, they can done the intermediate payment. So payments are first and final payment and intermediate payment, then part and final payment, part and final payment on completion of work. First and final payment on completion of work, final payment on completion of work, part and final payment is also on completion of work. Part and final payment on completion of work as per drawings, as per specifications, after all deductions of part payments. Already you have to make a part payments, you have to deduct all the part payment deduction, then only you can pay the part and final payment, whatever the balance amount. Running account bills, so you can go for the part and final payment on completion of work, you can go for the part and final payment as per drawings, you can go for the part and final payment as per specifications, you can go for the part and final payment after all deductions of part payments, and you can go for the part and final payment on running account bills. This is the part and final payment. So part and final payment, completion of work as per drawings, as per specifications, after all deductions of part payments, running account bills. That is then the case of part and final payment. Then after part and final payment, types of payments are first and final payment, intermediate payment, part and final payment, advance payment and secured advance payment. Advance payment and secured advance payments, these are the types of payments. Advance payments after part and final payments, then advance payments. What are the advance payments? Advance payments prohibited, permitted in the interest of work, petty advances, secured advances are made, necessary precautions taken against any loss, executed but not recorded, certificate from a competent authority, rank not less than EE, bill submitted but non-receipt of authorization. Advance payments are made, advance payments are prohibited, advance payments are permitted, in the interest of work. Advance payments are permitted in the interest of work. Such cases you have to, interest of the work, you have to pay the advance payments by the interest. Petty advances you have to pay, that is advance payment. Secured advances are made by taking security. They can make the advance payments. So secured advances are made. Necessary precautions taken against any loss. So while paying the advance payments, necessary precautions taken against any loss. Then taking the necessary precautions, they will pay the advance payments. Executed but not recorded. Advance payments are executed but not recorded. Certificate from a competent authority. How to take the certificate from competent authority, that is that higher officials, that immediate boss or super boss, like that. If the payments are made by the work in charge, he has to take the permission, he has to take the consent, he has to take the certificate from the competent authority, that is deputy executive engineer DEE or executive engineer EE or superintendent engineer SE. So certificate from a competent authority for advance payments. Rank not less than EE, that rank is not less than advance payment, they are not less than EE, executive engineer. So his immediate boss is superintendent engineer, over that chief engineer. So rank not less than EE, advance payment made by the executive engineer, the rank not less than EE, either EE or SE, they can make. Bill submitted but non-receipt of authorization. Bill submitted but non-receipt of authorization. So advance payments prohibited. Permitted in the interest of work. Petty advances. Secured advances are made. Necessary precautions taken against any loss. Executed but not recorded. Certificate from a competent authority. Rank not less than EE, executive engineer, rank not less than EE, executive engineer. Bill submitted but not receipt of authorization. Bill submitted but not receipt of authorization. This is the advance payments. Advance payments. Types of payments are first and final payment, intermediate payment, part and final payment, advance payments, and secured advance payment. These are the different types of payments. First and final payment, recoveries made from bills, intermediate payment, first and final payment, part and final payment, advance payments, secured advance payments. Materials brought to site. Then the security is there. Materials are reached. That is payment, advance payment. Secured advance payments are nothing but materials brought to the site. Once materials brought to the site, you have to pay the payment. That is secured advance payment. Materials brought to the site. Imperishable nature, limited to 75%. The payment, advance payment, secured advance payment limited to 75%. Competent authority, so take the certificate or take the permission from the higher official or competent authority. Rank not less than EE. Secure the government against any loss. To secure the government against any loss while paying the secured advancement payments. That is the importance of secured advances payment. So secured advance payment, materials brought to site, such cases you have to pay the secured advance payment. Materials brought to site, imperishable nature, limited to 75%, competent authority, rank not less than EE, executive engineer, rank not less than executive engineer, secure the government against any loss. Secure the government against, that is very important, you have to secure the government against any loss while paying the secure advance payments. That is secure the government against any loss. Secure advance payment. So types of payments are first and final payment, intermediate payment, part and final payment, advance payment, secured advance payments. We have discussed elaborately all these types of payments. Recovery of advances. Immediate bills, running bills, without postponement, and final bills. Recovery of advances. Anyhow, you made the advance payments, you have to recovery of those advances. Already you have to pay. Those are advances you have to recovery from immediate bills. What bills you have to paying or releasing, that immediate that bills you have to made recovery. Running bills are running bills, so recovery made from immediate bills, running bills. Without postponement, you have to make the recovery of advances without postponement. And final bill, while issuing the final bill, while releasing the final bill, recovery, how to make the recovery of advances. Already earlier you have to given different forms of payments, so you have to recovery of advances. That advance payment, already secured advance payments you have to make, so you have to recovery of those advance payment as secured advance payments. You have to recovery immediate bills, on immediate bills, on running bills. Without postponement, you have to recover the final bill. At last you have to recover from the final bill. So that is the recovery of advances. Recovery of advances, immediate bills, running bills, without postponement, final bills. Recovery of advances. Summary. We have discussed when payment is made to the contractor. When payment is made to the contractor, mode of payments to the contractor, different methods of payment, mode of payment to the contractor, advances given to contractor, recovery of advances from the contractor. So we have discussed in this period, in this lecture, in this 23rd class, lecture class, we have discussed when payment is made to the contractor, mode of payment to the contractor, that is types of payments, advances given to contractors, recovery of advances. Recovery of advances. Already mode of payments to the contractor we have. Payments are, we are discussed. Those mode of payments are types of payments. Mode of payments and but types of payments. First and final payment, intermediate payment, part and final payment, advance payment, secured advance payment. These are the mode of payments or types of payments to the contractor. So, we have discussed in this class mode of payment to the contractor, when payment is made to the contractor, and advances given to contractors. Advances are given in the form of advance payments as well as secured advance. So, advances given to contractors in the form of advances payments and secured advances payments, and recovery of advances. You have to recover the advances already are paid. Those recovery advances are immediate bills, running bills, without postponement, recovery of advance from final bills. So these are the recovery of advances you have made. So we have discussed in this class, that is summary. We have discussed in this class when payment is made to the contractor, mode of payment to the contractor, advances given to contractor, recovery of advances. These are we are discussed elaborately in this 23rd lecture class. Quiz number 1. Payment to be made to the contractor only after work is started. Payment to be made to the contractor only after work is started, before starting of work, completion of work. So quiz number 1. Payment to be made to the contractor only after A. Work is started, B. Before starting of work, C. Completion of work. When you go for payment made to the contractor, when you payment given to the contractor, when before work is, while starting the work, while work is started, or before starting the work, or after completion of the work. So this is number 1. Payments to be made to the contractor only after work is started, B. Before starting of work, C. Completion of work. That is quiz number 1. Quiz number 2. Payment are made to the contractor based on type of work, location of work, and contract agreement. Quiz number 2. Payment are made to the contractor based on A. Type of work, B. Location of work, C. Contract agreement. So quiz number 2. Payment are made to the contractor based on A. Type of work, B. Location of work, C. Contract agreement. This is quiz number 2. Quiz number 3. Advances to contractor is given only on starting of work, handing over of site, material supplied to site. Quiz number 3. Advances to contractor is given only on A. Starting of work, B. Handing over of site, C. Material supplied to site. Frequently asked questions. Question number 1. When the payments are made to the contractor. Question number 2. State the different modes of payment to contractor. Question number 3. Explain the different methods of payment to contractors and supplied to contractors. Question number 4. State the situations wherein advances are granted to contractors. These 4 are the frequently asked questions. Thank you.